Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, we're delving into what is deemed as the most difficult Underworld faction of all to do on the hardest level, level 500, Hellgate. Gonna need a decent horde level for this. It was recommended that 275 was the level for this. So I do remember actually doing this first time when I did this. This is my second time of going through it. But I do remember, yeah, like I say, doing it first time at level 275. So I'm not sure if that is actually slightly high or not. It's a bit annoying that you can't actually roll the horde level back and actually try it at lower difficulties, but you can't. Once you've done your horde level, it is stuck there forever. So no choice but to show it at level 275. But it is a hard delve even at this level. Make no mistake, there's still going to be times you can have to wing it a bit, take a bit of luck, go with the luck, see what happens. It's one of them ones. But yeah, the higher the better. 275 is what I'm at. And let's take a look at the team I'm going to use. Going to go for Sharonas, Fury, 2 times Judge of the Dead. Let's take a look at the other troops and why they didn't make it into my teams. Let's go down to Hellgate. There it is. Apply that. So the only troop that I didn't actually pick was Lemur, and it can actually be pretty useful because eliminating Magic +1 from a random skill on an enemy boosted by my souls, remove all yellow gems, is actually fairly useful because it can, if it goes on the right enemy and on the right skill, can make things considerably easier, especially if it goes on their magic on a high damage troop, something like that. So, and obviously is affected by your horde level as well, so that is actually an okay troop, but the trouble is you need to do damage to get through, and this is where this team actually comes into it. At first glance, Sharonas sounds completely useless. Gain 1 soul for each purple gem and explode all purple gems. Okay, decent mana gen, but this is the hardest delve level of all. Why and how can it be useful? It's just a mana generator that just gains 1 soul, but that 1 soul does actually build up and it can be quite effective during the course of these battles. And exploding of the purple gems is important to get the Judges of the Dead charged up, because they are going to be our main damage dealer, along with a little bit of luck maybe. So we can employ Fury at the same time. Fury does magic +2 damage to an enemy. If they die, gain 20 souls. If that happens, you're going to boost up the damage thanks to the Judge of the Dead, because it's boosted by its souls. It's only a small increase, but hey, it's all good. But otherwise, death mark them. Now that's actually quite useful on some of these stages, because basically they're not going to die straight away unless you've got like a billion horde level, and then you're going to death mark them instead. And if that death mark comes in, then it makes things just that much easier. Just check the enemy first and make sure that they aren't immune to death mark, otherwise you're just going to do that base damage. There are sometimes, even on a troop which is immune to death mark, you still need to cast Fury on them. Like Bone Dragon, for example. If we get a Bone Dragon come along, that is undying. It can't be affected by death mark, but it's such a dangerous troop that we still need to target it with a troop like this, because that's where Fury is useful as well. You can target them with some decent amount of damage to get rid of somebody in particular. And Judge of the Dead is going to back up with our damage to all boosted by souls. Really, really cool. And that is immune to death mark as well, which is relevant because on the last stage, the enemy and on the first stage as well, we'll have a Fury, so they can death mark us then. And definitely recommend having Orpheus medals for any stage in this where you can be death marked. It's just not worth the risk, so play it safe. So yep, Sharonas, Fury, Judge of the Dead, and Judge of the Dead, going for a +2 blue, +1 brown, -1 yellow sorrowful banner from the Sea of Sorrow. Well, let's jump into the first room then. Sharonas ×2, Lemur and Fury, because Fury when it casts will death mark us if we don't die. And basically we want to have 3 times Orpheus on for that to try and resist that. But apart from that, not too much threat in this first room. No damage from that. No damage from that, it just eliminates skill. It's only Fury we have to particularly worry about. So Orpheus medals for this first battle. Don't want to get unlucky with that death mark. And we'll still take skull hits when they're there. Want to take them skull hits. Don't want to be taking that amount of damage back from the enemy. Check on the death mark situation first. She's not immune. Neither is he, but these two will be. So we'll chuck that on that bottom troop. She's dangerous. And hopefully she will pop her clogs. below those purple, picking up souls at the same time, and a couple of lucky skull hits. Happy days. Oh, and there she goes. She's gone. And what should we do? Oh yeah. So busy looking for anything not yellow. Nearly didn't see a yellow 4 match. So yeah, that was a very straightforward first room, but don't let it lull you into a false sense of security. Things can get very nasty very quickly in this delve. Particularly the last room, and it's the same opponents again, or very similar anyway, but with a couple of little twists, so hang around for that. Right, if you're liking the video, if you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, then be sure to bash that like and subscribe button. Be sure to share the video amongst other Gems of War players, things like that. That really helps the channel. Thank you very much. What have we got so far? You're going to have to chuck on. I want to get rid of that if I can. It's very annoying. Left the Orpheus on because the death mark potential from that. These can just devour you, which is really annoying. Oof. So yeah, nasty hamsters and a chance for quick death. So let's chuck that on them. See if we can get lucky with that. Death mark again. And then just chuck around some damage to all. So 3 times Orpheus again for this one. Anything where it's got death mark or the ability to death mark, then I like to go 3 times Orpheus. It's just too risky. Not chancing it. We'll take this brown while it's there. And again. Right, let's chuck out a couple of lots of this. Let's get rid of the first angry hamster. That's going to be a nice little bosh on the chops for that one. Oh, and he gave us a little nudge back. Right, so because we haven't charged this one yet, and there's a lot of purple there, I'm going to cast this now. There's a lot of mana generated. Nice little boost to the spell as well. So we can cast this now. The boost is now 24, which is pretty decent. I'm going to grab that purple while it's there. Best to be patient in these things, and even if it gives them a random skull hit, what the heck. Alright, so what are you about to do? Explode all the brown gems in the world. Right, let's see if we can get lucky with this again. Well, they've set us up for a nice hit on. Oh, it's not quite going to kill it. How annoying is that? Look at that, 2. Got to wing it a bit on that devour chance, but this is going to explode gems. That's going to take out the hamster. The hamster is no more, and another bonus skull hit for the enemy. And another one. It likes its bonus skull hits. Crikey. And oh my god, that was lucky. I'm glad I've done that because they could have wiped out my top troop there. That's sort of, you know, you need a little bit of luck on these things sometimes. You have to wing it a bit. Dice with death a little bit. This is risking it as well a bit. Ooh. 119, the boost is 30. Very wary now of leaving them any sort of skull hit. Look at the AI trying to recommend me that, so it gives them a skull hit. Oh yeah, of course. Why not? No thanks. You can have it. Right, so we scraped through that one. Got a little bit lucky, but all good. And who do we have in the legendary room? Right, Lance Knight, destroying a row, gaining armor. So nothing to worry about from that regarding status effects. Gives an ally armor and magic, double if they're a divine. So again, no damage yet. Isabel is dangerous. Deal damage to the first enemy equal to an ally's attack. Then give 113 attack in this case and armor to them, and give 3 to 8 mana to all allies other than myself. So yeah, that is actually very dangerous indeed. And King Highforge stuns the last 2 enemies, deals a load of damage to them, boosted by allied dwarves and summoned as well. So yeah, he's immune to a death mark. She's not. She's going to be getting my death mark all day long. And apart from that, nothing to worry about from the traits. So we can go to full Nisha for this, boost up the power of our team. There's me marker thing gone. Right, let's jump back in. It's all about this one. If we can get through to this one, through to the last stage, and we stand a chance. Right, so pretty much forced to take these skull hits when they're there. Obviously take the extra turns first. That was a nice bonus skull hit though for us, so I am not complaining about that. Right, let's chuck on this death mark on her. Could do with getting lucky on that. Oh, they took away our barrier then with a random skull hit. Let's get our top troop charged up. Oh, there was a skull hit there, but they didn't take it. Right, so a couple of casts, we can get rid of that top troop, which is good because in 3 rounds, our second judge will be up, and that is enough. In fact, it's going to be enough to get rid of that top one anyway, so that is happy days. But they've got summon with this, so yeah, still got to be careful. Still try and get things done as fast as possible. So for that reason, I'm getting the boost on this now, but it's risky when you cast it. You don't want to leave the enemy skull hits at the same time. But you kind of got to wing it a bit. It's like, you can't just play too safe, if you know what I mean. Sometimes you get away with it, and other times you won't. See, they're about to get that summon in there. They cast their Highforge. Oh, they've gone for Isabel first. Oops, that was a hefty wallop for me, I suggest. Let's give her that geezer a nice punch back there. But it's a weak dwarf. Look at that. It's just a dwarven vanguard. And he's rubbish. That is the kind of thing we don't mind being there. Unless he gets buffed up out of control. Right, so let's do this again. Let's chuck that on Isabel again. Come on, Deathmark. You know you want to play game. Right, not too much going on for us here. There's not too much purple there, but hey, you can generate some nice mana. Let's get rid of them. Let's get our Fury up again, being as though Isabel is like the queen of all Deathmark shakers. If that's even a thing. Oh, I'm not taking that because I don't want to give him a skull hit. Take that, Isabel. Oh, she gives us a wallop back. Really want to survive with 3 troops through to the last stage. Very, very important. Come on. Oh. Ooh, Cantonar. Right, at least we can get rid of the dangerous Isabel. Concentrate on damage to all now times 2. And I don't really care if I can't Deathmark Highforge at the bottom, because basically we want to get rid of him. I think I'm going to start controlling the board now. I'm not going to start doing random stuff that could get me in trouble. Don't want my top troop to suddenly get caught out with a couple of... In fact, it's kind of safe because the skull hits, it can absorb a few of them, so we can certainly risk this at first. Didn't really want that. It wasn't ideal, but that skull hit has made it pretty much a done deal now, because we can collect that and wallop him with that. So right, through to the last stage. This is going quite well so far. Like I say, you do have to wing it so far, and you do have to have a high horde level. Without that high horde level, this would be an absolute nightmare. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed that. Damn. So I've taken a gamble here. I didn't actually mean to start straight away. It was just autopilot continuing. And the reason is, if she casts and you get the death mark, ideally you want 3 times Orpheus for this instead. Just done the autopilot next game thing that I always do on this game. Don't really want to take red because we're enchanted, so we're up next round anyway. So for that reason I'll take that blue there. 197 attack. We've got to do that. Right, so I think this is where the death mark becomes irrelevant. Oh no, she got it. She got the death mark. But she's about to death mark cast. This is the error I just made. Oh, but she cast it on somebody that's immune to it. Happy days. That was a little bit lucky on my part. Right, let's do that, because that's going to make a 4-match purple. That was advanced level purple 4-match making there, by the way. Right, do I want to... Don't want to explode this purple just yet. There's a lot there, but we're ready next round on that Judge of the Dead, and this one's ready to cast now, so we may as well chuck in that damage first. Gonna pretty much have to take that next. Some of the purple's disappeared, but it's okay. Let's get the boost first. Now let's do this damage. Boost is 21. That's pretty decent. Left us a skull hit. We'll take that. Now what we got going on? I suppose these ghost gems are actually quite handy for this delve at the moment. They've just come along with this campaign, but they give 10 souls when exploded, which technically would help a team like this because of the boost on souls. But yeah, let's see if we can get lucky again. Still got 3 barriers going on, so this is going pretty nicely so far. Just want to get my judges up. There's no brown or purple. Blue will do. We have to explode this purple, I think, see if we can get a little bit of luck. That's not too bad. We'll deliver another nice skull hit and another one. Alright, come on, let's see some purple and brown somewhere. Looks like red's going to have to do. Oh no, got a nice one over here, that'll do. Even better. Alright, that's going to get rid of another... I was just about to say it's going to get rid of another troop, but we've been affected, haven't we? Look. 1 damage. Crud. That's this git. Yeah, you may look like a mouldy blancmange. You mouldy blancmange. Damn. So I've got to rely on this bottom one now. Right, let's see if we can get lucky with this death mark again. She's replacing Isabel as the queen of the death mark shakers. Don't want to give him a skull hit, so I don't want to take that blue. I'd rather take some because I don't even use like a yellow to avoid that. So let's do that. Oh, this is what I mean about it, how it gives it him anyway. Might as well just have taken the colour I wanted because it gave him a skull hit regardless. Right, let's do this decent amount of damage. Who did that go on? Oh, phew. I say if it went on my bottom one, I was in a little bit of bother and having to rely on skull hits. And she's dead. The pressure of replacing Isabel as the queen of the death mark shakers was too much. She couldn't stand the pressure. And she could boost herself out of there. Let's chuck that on them. And this is pretty much a done deal now. I just want to make sure I don't do anything clumsy on the last stage. don't actually want Lemur to die of Deathmark. I want him to suffer a slow, painful death, reducing my Judge of the Dead to 1 damage to all. Oh, gave him that. Give him a mighty skull hit. It was mighty anyway to me. I thought it was mighty. Oh, and he spoiled my fun at the last moment. I want to deliver a nice skull hit, or have the Judge of the Dead get his revenge for getting his mate down to just 1 damage. But anyway, we got through it in the end. By hook or by crook, we've done it. But yeah, it's a doable delve, providing you've got enough horde level to make it high. It's a bit of a shame we can't actually reduce that horde level to show how to try and do it on a lower horde level, but it's one of those ones that it's like very difficult unless it's a high horde level. But there it is, there's the video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. And maybe even share the video amongst your friends and fellow Gems of War players. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.